All right, guys, so today I'm going to go over something that is a hot topic for me, especially right now, and that is 2 cycles, guys. The other day we talked a little bit about what is called the trust the process mantra that I give you guys a lot. Okay, so you need to trust the process. It's important to trust the process. That's how we're going to see success. Now, there are 2 different processes that happen. One of them involves trusting the process, and one of them doesn't involve trusting the process. And we're going to go over them right now, okay? One of them is called the cycle of pain and the cycle of success. So today we want to talk a little bit about mindset and how we can push through from the cycle of pain to the cycle of success. And I just want to let you guys know, you don't take offense to any of this stuff. I'm just going to be straight up blunt and honest with you guys because I want you to see success. And I have worked by now in my career with physical therapy and personal training and having this company with hundreds of people. I've seen people go through the cycle of pain, and I've seen people go through the cycle of success, and I've seen a lot of commonalities, and I want to tell you guys about a couple clients that I've had in the past that fit these descriptions very well. So, number 1, guys, there's always starting off with pain. That's the first thing we start off with, guys. And I want to tell you a little story about a client that I had. This gentleman here, he worked for a warehouse. He was in a lot of pain. He wanted to look great. He wanted his employees to respect him. He wanted to feel, he wanted to feel respected. He wanted to be treated well. He wanted to look good. He was a younger guy, and he was a leader for a lot of people in his company. Okay, so he had some pain, guys. And what led him to me was his motivation. You see in red here, guys, these are the emotions that lead you to the black part. Those are like the milestones, okay? So you're in pain. He wanted to look good. He wanted to be taken seriously by his company. He wanted to look, respectable. And he had some motivation. So he reached out to me, took action, guys. Took action, got into the program. Okay, we got in the program, took massive action. This guy was all about it. He's like, man, can I do extra workouts? Can I do, can I cut my calories a little bit more? Hey, man, I had the X amount of, I doubled my protein intake today. I'm like, dude, you're doing awesome. This is great. Just slow down a little bit because, we're going to be doing this longer than a couple days. And so he was pumped up. He was jazzed. He was ready. He was motivated, guys. He was super motivated, and he was optimistic that this was going to change. He knew this is it. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to see my results. I'm going to look great. My people are going to respect me. And he was pumped. And I was pumped for him. And so he was very optimistic, and he actually lost, I believe he lost like, I want to say 8 pounds or something like that in the first month. It was a very good number. It was awesome, actually. Well, he ran into some challenges. So his warehouse upped the hours. They upped the hours quite a bit. And basically, he was working a lot more than he is used to. And so his schedule got thrown off a little bit. And, he basically would work second shift. I believe it was like 12 o'clock is when he'd get into work, and he'd come home like late, like 10 or 11. And so he would, he ran into a little challenge here, right? He ran into a challenge, and what ended up happening was, he was losing sleep. He'd do the workout after work, and that was affecting his sleep, which can also affect your weight. So I was glad that he was doing the workout, but I said, yo, man, you need to get some sleep, get some rest, and try and do the workouts in the morning. Okay, try and do the workouts in the morning, and maybe meal plan days ahead of time instead of meal planning the night before. He would meal plan almost every single night, and he wouldn't take the time to do it, on his off days. He would do whatever else, right? And so he ran into a challenge. Well, he might have tried the morning workout once or twice, and again, not to bash on him. I'm just giving you guys the example, and I'm not going to say this person because that's annoying. It's a real life example, so hopefully he doesn't get offended by this video. I'm not going to say his name, but anyways, he ran into discomfort, right? I don't like working out in the morning. I take my off time to meal prep, and he was working a lot, and I get that things happen in life, but we still had this underlying pain that led him to his goal that he wanted. Ultimately, what you want is this goal, guys. It's always what you want. The pain is very associated to the goal, right? The pain is like the antonym to the goal, right? I feel disrespected by my employees. I don't feel like I look good enough. My goal is to look good enough to get respect, right? They're antonyms, right? They mean the opposite thing. So he felt discomfort. Then he basically went into defeat. And defeat is one of those things where you're in this discomfort phase, and that can be for a while. Some people are in this phase for a while. Some people are in it for a couple days. It doesn't matter, but it just depends on a lot of things. I can't really speculate what it depends on because we can go all day about that. But you feel discomfort for maybe a day or maybe a year or whatever, and then eventually you say, I'm defeated, right? This is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I'm defeated. I'm going to go back to my comfort, back to eating the way I wanted, not working out, spending time, doing whatever in your off time, forget the meal plan. And eventually, after about 2.5 months, never heard from this guy again. Never heard from him again. I reached out a lot, never heard from him again. And that kind of sucked, It sucks to see that. But that's the cycle of pain, guys. You start off, you're super motivated, you're ready to rock and roll because you're in this serious pain. You want to get to this goal, right? You want to get to the opposite of your pain. You're motivated, like, let's freaking go, man. Let's make it happen. You take action. You might reach out to me. You might follow a meal plan. You might try a workout program. And then you start to take action, right? Massive action. You start blowing out of the water with the action you take in the week 1, 2, or 3. And then you're optimistic, like, yes, this is going to work. This is for me. But then you always, and this is life, guys. This is straight up life. And you guys can definitely attest to this, right? You run into a challenge. Always a challenge. It's never a straight road. Never. And if it is, it's just too damn easy. Okay, sorry. But it's true. You know it's true. There's going to be a challenge, and you're going to feel uncomfortable. That challenge is going to make you feel uncomfortable. And there's 2 options. And this option you take is defeat. And then when you feel defeated, I want to feel comfortable again because I gave up on the process. I want to feel comfortable again. Let's go back to the pain, and you hit me up later on, or you hit up somebody else, and you may go through the cycle again, or you may go into the cycle of success, which is what I'm going to talk to you about now. So that was client A. Client B was a nice lady, young lady, and she was in pain, right? She wanted to get back to a sport that she loved and made her feel like herself. She had confidence. She, used to do it all the time. It gave her, this lady's passionate. She loved it, right? And she wanted to get back to it. And actually, I didn't even know this till later on in our program that's what she wanted to do. But she had a set amount of weight she wanted to lose. Okay, she wanted to lose 20 pounds, and basically she was, it wasn't like this guy needed to lose much either. It was about the same amount. But regardless, about 20 pounds, and the reason was because she needed to weigh a certain amount to get to do her sport, right? So her goal was to lose 20 pounds. And she was freaking motivated. She was ready to rock and roll. Very much like this guy right here. Super motivated. She was kicking ass, coming to the gym, taking names, sweating, loving it. Like, she was just all about it. Super motivated when she met me, and then shook action, right? Kind of mixed the 2 up. But she's optimistic. Like, yes, it's going to happen. I'm going to make it 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 happen, right? Well, we ran into some challenges, right? She had lost about, I want to say we're about 12 pounds. We lost a little bit of weight. We were doing pretty good. Similar to this guy, actually. We lost a little bit of weight. She's very optimistic. Then what happened is she ended up getting some pains, and it was in her hips, I believe, and her shoulders. She had some underlying issues from the sport and just from, over the years, right? And she got some injuries, right? And that's where she ran into the challenge for her, was the injuries and the plateau. Like I said, she wanted to lose 20 pounds, and she was at about 12. And so she ran into the challenge, right? And she ran into discomfort, right? The same thing that we have in the cycle of pain. You notice we got pain, action, challenge, right? She ran into that discomfort because we actually had to take some time off from working out, and we had to adjust our program to fit her injuries and to try and get fat loss without, needing to replace a joint or without having to cause pain in the end. At the end of the day, we wanted to do it in a comforting way. And the biggest difference, guys, here, that lady was, I'm just going to say, she was fucking determined. She was fucking determined. Okay? She was not going to let anything stand in her way. Anything. So she was determined, and she sat down with me and said, Tyler, we need to talk about nutrition because I'm at a plateau and I want to reach my goal, and let's sit down and talk about nutrition. So, yeah, she paid me money again. She's just a training client. She paid me money to sit down and chat about nutrition. So we sat down, yeah. She didn't want to pay money to do it, but at the end of the day, those are extra services, so she paid for the nutrition consultation. We sat down, we drew out a whole meal plan, and we decided we were going to do carbohydrate cycling. It was carb cycling, and that's an awesome way to break through plateaus. We said, we're going to implement carb cycling. These are your options on these days. These are what you're going to do on these days. And then I followed the nutrition plan. Okay? And on top of that, we added in some extra stretches. We avoided certain exercises. yeah, now that I recall, it was in the front of the hip that we were having trouble. So we did a lot less squatting, a lot more hip hinging, bridge type exercises to avoid that front of the hip pain, and did a lot more stretching in the front of the hip. And so she went through the solution, and she was determined. She was determined, right? But notice, guys, these are in the same boat. You are never, ever, 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 ever going to reach a goal without a challenge and discomfort. It's not going to happen. And if you did, like I said here, and I'll say it again, your goal is too easy. It's too easy. Point blank, it's too easy. So she was determined. We found the solution: carb cycling and adjusting our stretch program, adjusting our workout routine. Boom, we found the solution. But the biggest thing is, guys, is that was not all. Because she didn't just lose the 20 pounds right there. It was like carb cycling, boom, 8 pounds. It was like, okay, you lost 2-3 pounds this week. You lost 1 pound this week. And discipline, 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 okay? She felt discomfort, was determined to find a solution, sat down with me, found a solution, changed our program a little bit, and she was disciplined with what we found out. Okay, and I can go into a lot of different things that cause this thing right here. This area here is the biggest, most important part. Not this, not the motivation, not the fact that you have me, not the fact that you're optimistic. It's after, what do you do when the challenge arises? What do you do? Right? She was disciplined, and that led to her success. You know what she's doing now? Her sport. Actually, right, I'm not going to go into serious business, but she got to her sport after that, and she did it for a very long time. Okay? And you know what happened? She built confidence. She said, you know what, Tyler, screw you. I'm not working with you anymore because I got my goals and I don't need you. And salud. I'm very happy for you. If you're watching this, I'm still happy for you. I'm very proud of you. So that's what it is, guys. And also, last but not least, this pain, no more. Becomes a problem. Okay? Because problem and solution go together. Problem and solution go together. Because once you get to that point, once you do it enough, you'll realize that it is pain, yes, but it is a problem, or more or less a challenge. You almost start back at the challenge, right? It's kind of both. Because you know that in order to get to a goal, it's never going to be straight away. That's one of the biggest takeaways I want you guys to understand is this will never go away. This challenge and this challenge will never go away. The difference is this discomfort and this discomfort are fed by either defeat or determination. And then the solution, right? And then discipline. Determination, discipline are the biggest differences between pain and success. Okay? So I want you guys to understand there's nothing special about anybody who's successful. Some people might have better genetics, some people might have better breaks, whatever. But at the end of the day, you have the power to be in the cycle of success over and 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 over again. Because you understand, and it isn't, I wouldn't say it becomes easier to break past plateaus or gain muscle. It doesn't become easier, but psychologically it becomes more of what you expect. You expect the challenge. You're waiting to find the solution because you know eventually I'm going to find a solution. It's going to work out. If I just keep at it, I'm going to figure it out. You know? And so I urge you guys to stick in this cycle. Okay? And I know that this is a tough thing to be in. I've been in it. I'm going to go through it probably again, and we're all going to go through it. But I want you guys to psychologically let this sink in. Watch this over and over and over again if you guys lose motivation. Because I promise you, like I said, I'm not saying this is some woo-woo guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. I've worked with hundreds of people. Some have seen success, some have not seen success. The biggest differences that I've seen, for the most part, are right here, guys. What happens when the discomfort sets in? The successful people, in whatever you're talking about, I'm not saying that if you aren't successful in weight loss, you're not successful at all. I'm just saying, when it comes down to weight loss, the success, or any goal, any challenge, the successful people sit in the discomfort for as long as they need to because they're determined to find a solution and become disciplined at practicing the solution over and over and over again until they're successful, until they run into another problem and they run through the same cycle. And that's it, guys. I love you all. Hope you guys find this very helpful. And if you did, please leave a like down below and let me know that you did. All right, guys, that's it. Love you all.